once the apprentice, now the master. Cody Rhodes has narrowly defeated Randy Orton in the main event of WrestleMania Night 1, but Randy, after handing him the championship, snaps on him, and he joins Kevin Owens as someone to turn on Cody out of frustration, and he wants to line him up for a punt. But a man slides into the ring to cut off Orton, and he double legs him and starts hammering away on the Viper. The crowd all come to their feet trying to see who it is, but they can't quite make it out. And it doesn't end there. There's one more, and they hit Orton with a very familiar looking move, and then they reveal themselves. Very clearly branded the Nightmare Factory. But what isn't clear is their intentions, and Cody opened it up by saying that he's come back and been better, and he wants the same for these two men beside him. And it's Ricky Starks that we hear from first. You know, not that long ago, I was living in my car. I had nothing, and since then I've been scraping and scrapping for respect. But the one thing about people who want to see you do good is they never want to see you do better than them. But not this guy. Cody has been there for me, and he's given me a shot, and if you think that I'm gonna let it go, you're kidding yourself. So I'm here for gold, and I've got a specific name in mind, and I'm gonna let you know who it is real soon. Because as Cody said, the revolution is coming, and this revolution is televised. Starks is full of passion and emotion, and Cardona is the same, and he says, I'm back, but not as you know it. Because before I left, I was the almost guy, the guy fans wanted, but the powers that be didn't deliver, even if I always did. Well, now I'm back to be on top, and it's because of this man. Cody Rhodes will be the reason I reach the top of the mountain. Orton is here, and he saunters out, but he's very smart and doesn't rush in. But he has a pointed message for Cody's newest offsiders. Let me be the first to welcome you to WWE, Ricky. I've seen your work, I'm impressed. And Matt, let me be the first to welcome you back. But let me be the first to warn you. Let me warn you about the man you stand in the ring with, because Cody has long been lauded as the hero of this story. But he's not. His only interest is keeping that championship around his waist. He throws you under the bus just like he did me and just like he did Kevin. He's gonna use you up and spit you out. So that's why we had the idea. Next week, me and Kev versus two of you. But I want Cody to choose who those two will be. Because he's the big, brave leader, right? Cody accepts on the spot. He's more than happy to take them on after what they've put him through. But he's not going to allow Orton's mind games to get to him. And after discussing it with them in the Nightmare Factory itself, Cody decides to send them both out there for their first official match under the Nightmare family umbrella, which is in a way exactly what Randy Orton said he would do. But regardless, the huge main event match is on, and it's RKO versus Cardona and Starks. And Cody stands at ringside in solidarity. Starks and Cardona work incredibly well as a team. They bring the heat to Orton and Owens, but it's when Owens is on the offensive that he starts planting the same seeds as Orton has. See? He uses you as a shield. You're taking the punishment just like we did while he stands there and does nothing. You're trying to help him succeed, and that is it. It's Cardona that breaks the grip of Owens and gets a tiny bit of separation, and he manages to hit him with radio silence. But he can't follow up the pin. He has to try and get the tag to Starks, and he does. And he runs in and he's on fire, and he hammers Orton off the apron, picks up Kevin Owens and nails him with a Rochambeau, and gets his very first W in WWE. They ignore all the noise, and the Nightmare Factory is triumphant. But as Starks and Cardona celebrate the win, Cody is RKO'd on the outside, out of nowhere. Starks and Cardona try to get to him, but he leaves. And Orton leaves ringside. But before he can leave with Owens, Rhodes has a final word. You think I'm the problem, Randy? Well, I am. I'm a big problem for you. No, we are a big problem for you. Every action has a reaction. So you will be feeling the backlash. Cody demands a rematch with his former mentor, and now he is somewhat of a mentor himself. But fans all over the world are questioning whether Matt Cardona even needs it or if he even wants it. Well, it's all put to the test when he and Starks are on standby watching Cody defend the championship one final time against Orton. And we know that this is the last time because the stipulation is made that if Randy loses, he can't challenge for it again while Cody holds it. Which raises the stakes significantly for Orton, who wants number 15, and he's in full legend killer mode. He's cunning, and he's got the blank look in his eyes, hunting Cody at every opportunity. And as the old saying goes, Orton taught Cody everything he knows, but not everything Orton knows. Cody is a driven man though, and he resents the fact that Orton thinks he throws his friends under the bus for his own gain, and that drives him to push forward. But Orton is calculated, and he deliberately pushes Cody into the referee that knocks him down, and we see that familiar look wash over Orton. He wants to eviscerate Cody by using a devastating weapon. Cardona! He snatches the sledgehammer from Orton, but he doesn't hit him. And he turns his attention to Cody. And Orton loves it, and he says, I knew you were smart, Cardona. Hit him. Do it. Cardona stands by Cody. He throws Orton into the ring. Cody hits a crossroads and retains the championship. It's a massive obstacle to clear. Orton can't challenge for the championship while Cody has it. And Cody and Cardona are joined on the stage by Ricky Starks, who it's revealed helped keep Kevin Owens at bay backstage while all of this was happening. And now, with all the momentum and Randy Orton and Kevin Owens behind them, Cody wants to outline just how Starks and Cardona are going to get to the next level. Starting with Ricky Starks, who reveals the name he's had in mind to take the gold from. I'm going to keep this brief because we got work to do. I said when I first arrived that I had gold on the mine and a name attached to it. I also said that Cody was the reason I was here. And that is why this is awkward. It's awkward because Cody, it's one of your boys. Because I'm talking about L.A. Knight. The crowd goes berserk. The megastar US champion has been called out by pretty Ricky Starks. He's held the championship for a hell of a long time since SummerSlam, and Starks wants to take it. And Cody, speaking with them in the Nightmare Factory itself again after the challenge, says, I want to thank you guys for sticking with me. And now I want to pay it back. We focus on Ricky getting that championship, and we focus on getting Matt where he needs to be. Aldous has told me that I have no title defense at King and Queen of the Ring, but I'm going to be there backing you. I'm going to be there backing you, Matt, to win the King of the Ring. Rhodes has set up Cardona with the chance to go from King of the Indies to King of the Ring. He's putting his best foot forward to repay the faith his friends have shown in him. And that faith continues to grow when Ricky Starks earns a #1 contenders match for the United States Championship against Carmelo Hayes. And it's an insanely competitive match between two men who are clearly the undisputed future of the company. They both show out, and with LA Knight residing at ringside, with still yet no words spoken from his mouth about the situation, he witnesses what is in store for in Saudi Arabia. Because with a Rochambeau and a pin, they are officially set to face off for the gold. But it's not done between them, because Knight wants to get an up-close and personal look. Pretty Ricky, you've had my name in your mouth, haven't you? Yeah, you've had it there much more than you should have. But you were right about one thing. This is awkward, because I am one of Cody's boys. But remember where your place is. I was in the ring with Cody when he won the world title at WrestleMania, and you were in the stands where you belong. There's levels to this kid, and you ain't on them. You got a lot of potential, but for now, that's all it is. And let me tell you, potential ain't paying the bills. For now, you're a mile away from the US champion. With everybody saying, yeah. We've heard it all before. But you're right. Potential don't pay the bills, but being a champion does. LA, you think you're slick, but you ain't Superman. And you ain't bulletproof. And you might be a megastar, but you damn sure ain't Ricky Starks. So talk your trash, champ, until you can put former before that word. With everybody saying, Revolution is televised. What an unbelievable match that will be. But of course, Cody has organised a spot in the King of the Ring for Cardona. Truly trying to elevate both of his friends. And with Cardona having a different edge to when he was last in WWE, he forces his way through the qualification stage. He comes up against 3 high-quality opponents, with the first being Andrade, who gives it all but can't measure up. He also beats Sheamus, which sets him up for a semi-final match against Finn Balor, which he also wins, and that sends him through to the final against Raw's Ilya Dragunov. But that match goes on after his Nightmare Factory teammate goes one-on-one with the megastar. And while Cody, true to his word, watches on from the back with Cardona, they watch as Ricky Starks has a truly star-making performance. He and LA Knight go to work. The crowd is genuinely split on who they want to win, and Starks shows that he's more than just potential and that he's the real deal. He shows real grit under pressure, and Knight hits him with everything he can, but he stays in the fight. He's super impressive, and he hits Knight with everything he has, and LA is reeling big time. Starks is trying to call him to his feet, desperate to put him away and take the gold, when he's suddenly grabbed by the ankle. What is she doing? Matt, I told you that you would be the reason I reach the mountaintop. Cardona assaults Cody. He's used him to get back to WWE, and he's gonna use him to get to the top. He's battering him, and Starks, distracted by Cardona's wife, he gets dropped by Knight, who takes advantage to retain his championship. It's all come apart as quickly as it started. Cardona never wanted to be in the Nightmare Factory. He just used it as a foot in the door, and now he's kicked it down. But speaking of doors, the ambulance doors are opened in order to get Cody to the closest hospital after the ambush. And with him is Ricky Starks, who is very concerned, but before he leaves, he stares down Cardona. Clearly nowhere near done with him. All while an almost demented-looking Cardona stares at it, extremely proud of his work. But someone who is also very proud is Chelsea, who joins him at ringside for the final of the King of the Ring. And as you'd expect, Chelsea inserts herself into the equation, makes the difference, and Cardona beats Dragunov, and the crown is handed to him. Which now, of course, sets up a World Championship opportunity and the chance to get to the top of the mountain, just like he promised. And he's with Chelsea on SmackDown to explain exactly why. You all really thought I came back to be in a group? You all thought I came back after all these years to play second fiddle to a peroxided haired clown? You think I did all that work, became King of the Indies, and then King of the Ring to do it for a loser brown-noser like Ricky Starks? But then, sprinting out is Ricky Starks, who wants blood. Chelsea bails out of the ring, and the brawl is on. Starks is on fire, and he's actually loyal to Cody, and he's defending his friend, who isn't cleared to be on the show. but Stark sure as hell is, and he's bringing the full fight to Cardona until getting in between them is Chelsea Green. She knows damn well he won't touch her, and she's talking so much trash to him as he's trying to get past her to get back to Cardona. But the moment his attention is taken, he is taken out. I want to thank you, Ricky. You're the most loyal friend anyone could want. But you don't need to do this. You don't need to fight him on my behalf. Despite what Randy, Kevin, and even Matt himself have said. That's not how I like to do things, and you know it. But Starks isn't having it and says, Cody, I owe you a lot. You got me here, and unlike him, I actually appreciate it. You gave me this stage, but that ain't the reason I need to fight him. He and Chelsea cost me everything. They put you in the hospital, he smashed glass over my back, and the only thing I'll apologize for is that your opponent at SummerSlam probably ain't gonna make it when I'm done with him at Money in the Bank. Starks and Cardona is on, and Starks goes right at him with everything he's got. It's gotten personal real quick between them, considering Starks is so close with Rhodes, and he's asked Rhodes to stay away and let him do it on his own, which Cody reluctantly has. Which could be a problem, because as good as Starks is, Cardona is much more experienced and much more powerful, and he has this violent edge that's been on full display already. And it bubbles to the surface very quickly because Cardona has his title match locked in, and winning doesn't mean a thing. So now he just wants to eliminate the only support Cody has, and he doesn't care how he has to do it. They brawl all over ringside, and the match ends in a double countout, which spurs Cardona on, and when he hears that bell, he flips a switch, and he smashes Starks with a chair. And then he throws Ricky into the ring and grabs the steel steps. He slides in the ring and he's going to put Starks in an ambulance just like he did Cody. He takes the bullet for Ricky Starks, and Starks bursts out of the corner, but Cardona now takes his leave. He's going to bide his time and wait until SummerSlam. Starks helps up Cody and loyally stands by his side. Cody shows he's more than willing to put himself second, but that won't work when you're trying to keep the title from Cardona. He's going to have to take him head on. That is going to prove difficult because this Cardona is on a whole other level. So Cody wants to take the bullet now. That's noble. That's honourable, but it's dumb. Sure sounds like the Cody I know. No one understands more than me that respect in this industry is taken and not earned. And that's why I came back. And all I did was keep my promise. I told everyone. Cody Rhodes will be the reason I reach the top of the mountain. Because I didn't come back to help him keep the championship. I came back to take it from him. So where am I, you ask? Well, I'm where this all started. The Nightmare Factory. And would you look at that? Arn Anderson. A man who thinks he taught Cody everything he knows. But what does that get you? It gets you laying in a pool of your own blood, just like Cody will be when I beat him for the championship at SummerSlam. And when the king takes his crown. Cardona leaves Arn Anderson laying, and he leaves the Nightmare Factory completely trashed. But back in the building, Cody is seen storming through backstage with Ricky Starks, and Cody grabs a cameraman and tells him to follow him to the ring. And they do, and they follow him all the way out, and Cody has the ultimate challenge to lay down to Cardona. Matt, I know damn well that wasn't live. I know damn well you're here. So wherever you are, I know you can hear me loud and clear. You want to take the crown. You want to use me as a stepladder to get to the mountaintop. You want to put me out. Actually, you know what? Change your plans. Follow me. Cody leaves the ring and he walks backstage again. Everyone is wondering what is going through his mind. But then it becomes very clear. You want to put me down? You want to put me in an ambulance? Well, how about you try and do it again at SummerSlam? Cardona, Rhodes, ambulance match. Rhodes wants to match the violence. He wants to defend the championship in an ambulance match and take Cardona to the limit. But Cardona, as Cody expected, is still in the building, and now he's in the ring. Cody, I almost feel bad. And it's because I know your family. I know your wife, I know your child. And I don't want to do it to them. However, I will take pleasure in beating you to the point that you're unresponsive. Remember, Cody, you chose this. You brought me in. So now the monster you created is going to haunt you in your nightmares. And just like the ambulance door, this door is going to slam shut on this story of yours. Rhodes bursts out of the backstage area wanting to fight Cardona, but he's held back by Ricky Starks, who's making sure he's going to be 100%. And that is smart, considering Cardona now has a bat from under the ring, and he's begging Cody to come and get some. But he takes the advice of his friend, and he waits. But there will be no more separating them at SummerSlam, when the only way to win is for your opponent to leave the building in an ambulance. Incredibly dangerous, incredibly personal, and incredibly violent. Something that Zack Ryder never was, but everything that Matt Cardona is. But Cody has been on another level of violence before himself, and he will do anything it takes to keep hold of what he worked years to get. But this match suits Cardona to a T, and he gets inventive with weapons, and he takes it to that whole other level. But Cody gets inventive himself, and he climbs the roof of the ambulance, because of course he's going to be followed by Cardona, who's out for blood, and they start to trade. But Rhodes gets the better of the exchange, and he muscles Cardona around and drops him with a crossroads on the roof of the ambulance. Cody just needs to get him into it now, and he throws him off the top, and he just needs to open the door. He flings the door open to put Cardona in, but he gets nailed in the face with a kick, and coming out of the ambulance is Chelsea Green. She was in there the whole time, which brings out Ricky Starks right away to chase her away. And he is successful, but Cardona was ready, and he smashes him with a barbed wire baseball bat, completely wiping out Starks. But as he turns around, Cody is there, and he clocks him with the steel stairs. He made Styles quit with him once before, and now he's dragging Cardona over to the ambulance door to try and put him away. He throws him in, he swings the door, but no, Cardona fights back. He's still alive in there, and he fights his way out. But while Chelsea might not be there, she did leave him something in the ambulance. Chelsea makes the difference again, and Cardona picks him up, throws him into the ambulance, but before he can close the door, Dustin Rhodes stops Cardona in his tracks. Cody basically falls out of the ambulance to hit a crossroads onto the glass that was shattered all over him. He loads Cardona into the ambulance and retains the championship. Cody is reunited with his brother while backed by one of his best friends. And although bathed in blood, it's blood that comes to the rescue. And the Nightmare Factory becomes once again the Nightmare Family.